Folks, we are smitten in America with making declarations about the things that we love, accepting God. We are so intimidated in America today, lest we might be found guilty of mixing politics and religion. Most of us are walking around with our tails between our legs. And in our churches today, we've got scores and scores of people who will make declarations about everything under the noonday sun. But when it comes to making a declaration concerning this King, Jesus, we resort to silence. We've got nothing to say. Now, what seems to be your problem, brother? They were outspoken in declaration. Number 3, they were willing to defect. Talking about taking a stand, they were willing to defect. Look at verse 19. Some of the men of Manasseh defected to David. I think what God is saying to me, given the choice that I have to trust Jesus, to follow Him, to make Him King, I need to declare that to be so. And that may well and almost certainly will involve a defection. I'm going to have to cut loose. I've got to let go. I've got to defect from where I have been. It is going to cost me. It is going to cost you to follow Jesus. Business cannot continue as usual. You cannot continue to go to the same place and do the same things and speak in the same way and put the same things into your body and do all the things that you've done in the world. You must defect. Brandon Bowers, our college minister, was up here a few moments ago. Boy, did they have a thrilling experience last week. He led 100 of our college students down to Atlanta. There were 44,000 college students who gathered in the Georgia Dome to worship the Lord this past week. 44,000 college students. They took up an offering among the college students, $3.6 million. How many times do I hear from this congregation, oh, college students have got nothing? And what I said to these people and what Brandon has said is we need to go to Atlanta and then bring it home. Because we are a group of defectors. You cannot come back into Spartanburg and continue business as usual. Taking a stand. They were given a choice, outspoken in declaration. They were willing to defect. You know what? I'm going to stop right there. Because if I don't, I'm going to minimize what God is saying. I've got too much to talk about. Can you feel it, folks? The Lord is so getting a hold of my own heart. This morning in our early morning prayer meeting here in the sanctuary, I sat right there in the middle and I said, Lord, I am such a miserable failure. I'm not serving you like I ought to. I'm not taking a bold stand. I'm not declaring who you are. I'm not loving like I ought to love. I'm not being the father that I need to be. I'm not being the husband that I need to be. Lord Jesus, would you forgive me and would you help me to be what you want me to be? Would you take a hold of my life? Would you let me be consecrated, Lord, to thee? Would you take my moments and my days? Would you let them flow in ceaseless praise? Would you take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for thee? Would you take my voice and let me sing always only for my King?